Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another rainy day here in Louisiana. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming to you guys today. Stay tuned, but for now, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hey. 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 Oh. Oh. She's like a baby elephant. Finally decided to try and dress it. Sit. Go. Did you guys know that Mia is the best dog ever? How you doing?
You know what he looks like? He looks like the poster boy for like some fish sticks.
You do look like you would sell fish sticks. See, I knew pit bulls were mean. Hey, look, hang on, sit still, sit still. Did you know that not? Hey, love on me, quit biting at me. Did you know that Mia is the sweetest dog in the world? Did you know that Mia is actually an astrophysicist? Did you know that this thing has a manual transmission? Did you guys also know that the hood latch is relatively hard to find? You guys also know that this car is pulleyed down with an upgraded throttle body, full exhaust and tune. Pretty cool. Did you know that adding these badges to your V6 Mustang will actually make it a Terminator Cobra? Either way, you get the point. It's fast. But do you know what's even faster than my GT500 that you could get entered to win at itsjust6.com by purchasing your favorite merch and spending $10 to get automatically entered, which basically means that if you spend $50, you're getting 5 entries, $60, 6 entries. Making this website on squarespace.com/itsjust6. Squarespace is your one-stop shop for setting up your e-commerce platform online. There are a ton of analytical features and also design features that really aid you in being able to make a really solid website on your own at home. Typically when building out a website, you can look at 3 things. You can look at having it done right, having it done cheap, and having it done fast. Typically you can only choose from 2 of those things in a little triangle. Well, with Squarespace you actually get all 3. Don't just take my word for it though. Go to squarespace.com/itsjust6 right now and use the code itsjust6 to save 6% off your first website.
Save 10% off.
Don't take my word for it though. Go try it yourself at squarespace.com/itsjust6. If you use the code itsjust6, you'll be able to save 10% off your first website. So go now. Anyways, guys, back to today's video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are wasting no more time. We are putting the engine in the black car. Finally, as you guys know, we've been waiting on the engine to come back for this car forever now. It's been a long time. MMR basically has just gotten really busy, and unfortunately we have not gotten the engine back yet. But I did get word from them that they were trying to work on it hopefully this week, so maybe in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks we should get it back after shipment and everything, which is that's not a big deal, because if we put this engine in today, we'll be able to get it broken in, get the ring seated and everything by the time the new engine comes in. Any issues that motor might have, we'll be able to work through and get all the kinks out, and it'll be ready to go whenever we get the car back that we're gonna put it in. So I can't really, it's a secret, but yeah. So anyways, as you guys know, this is our second Coyote engine that we got built not that long ago, actually. We got it built pretty much just to handle about 1,200 horsepower or so, which I know it is a lot, but I had a lot of plans for this car to be able to make at least that, honestly. That was the goal, so that engine is gonna be kind of stretched with what we're planning on throwing at it, but it'll hang in there, I think. So that is the plan. Today we're gonna get this engine put in the car. We have everything on hand. We've got our engine, we've got our clutch from Mantic. Huge thanks to Manic, by the way. Beautiful triple disc sitting over there, all dirty and dusty, because as you guys know, it's kind of just been sitting there since we took the engine out of the car after we got back from the event. It's been, let's see, probably, I think it must have been since October. Yeah. Oh, wow, dude. If everything goes smoothly, like I said, we're looking at a few days until this thing is running. So without further ado, I'm not wasting any more time. Let's get this engine installed into this car today. I don't want to end this video until the engine is at least in the car. So let's knock this out.
There it goes. All
Everything on the K-member is already put in place. All the suspension's put up. The power steering rack is in place. Really, everything is ready to go. There's nothing too complicated on this car. I will say that's something that I do like about this car a lot, is that whenever I was trying to build this car, I kept it very simple as much as possible. This hydro, I do not want in the car anymore. Reason why I'm kind of skeptical if I even need that hydro anymore is because I thought that it was going to be a good idea at first. I talked to Garrett. Garrett was like, dude, it's helped me a ton. So he was like, give it a shot. And I gave it a shot and I used it like 4 or 5 times. Never could get the hang of it. As soon as I put a 2-step on, I have like relied on that 2-step like crazy for launching. The 2-step made everything different. That's whenever this car went from struggling at best to get a low 10 to every single pass going mid to high 9. So we're gonna have to remove all that anyways. If you guys remember a long time ago, it's been pushed back so long. We still do have these bare brakes in here. It's like seriously 6 months or more behind. We were supposed to get this thing running long before we even had our event in October, and then that didn't work out. And then the car ended up not wanting to work with me. So we had to pull the motor back out, ship it off, and now it's been 4 months and it just hasn't done anything. So we're putting this in there. Doug's also tired of having parts everywhere. We're gonna clean up everything. We've got, I mean, like, look at this stuff. We've got good stuff in here. We just never got to get around to doing it. We've got a 4-corner braking system from Bear, which is awesome. We've got a battery relocation kit that hasn't even been opened up yet from Watson Racing. From Viking, we've got our front coilover system, which is going to be crazy cool. We've been running the stock shocks up front, not even adjustable shocks, and we've been running them with the BMR lowering springs, well, the drag springs actually, which, I mean, they've been great. I'm actually not able to use this K-member anymore because we wanted to use the BMR one in the car because, as you guys know, BMR everything on this car. So if you guys want to go check out BMR, you can get anything off their site. Really good price using the code It's Just a 6. They've got a ton of cool stuff, and like I've told you guys countless times, if you've been watching the channel for a while, BMR is where I get every bit of my suspension stuff from for pretty much any car. This car though is completely decked out with all Viking and all BMR. Oh yeah, I got a new catch can for this car. We got an oil cooler. We got a coolant expansion tank for this car from Mishimoto, which is going to be cool. I'm trying to give you guys a rundown of what we're going to be doing over the next few videos. Basically, we're going to get the car running, and then all the stuff all over here is just got to get back on the car. So things are actually coming together. Look how clean it is in here, by the way. Doug has been spending all kinds of time in the off hours cleaning this place up. Besides Daniel's pallet of engine crap and the wheels that I haven't sold off the Duramax, and also the wheels off the GT500 that I haven't sold, everything else is like super clean and organized. And honestly, the rest of the crap that's just laying around, like the exhaust here, this is going on the black car. This is all stuff from the other engines, so that's gonna have to get moved. That's the radiator. Like, all the crap that's just sitting around is all going back into that thing soon. So there's gonna be nothing. It should be pretty clean. Okay, hang on a little bit. Yeah. Doug is tightening down the motor mounts right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take off our bell housing bolts right here that we need to get the chains off. I'm gonna move that all out of the way, get the engine hoist out of the way, and it will be free to sit on the K-member. So, coming along pretty nicely. We'll pop off our, yeah, I don't even know what to call this. Motor holder bracket.
Engine stand bracket.
Engine stand bracket. I'm gonna pop off our engine stand bracket. Alrighty, so there we go. We've got our bracket off of the back. Now you notice that everything is pretty much exposed and ready to go. Let me tighten up this little fuel filter. Or not fuel filter, what the hell?
Fuel line.
Fuel line.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been tripping today. Pretty straightforward. I'm trying to run through my head real quick, trying to think of anything that we could have forgotten, being that we haven't had this engine in the car before. But honestly, it looks like we've got everything pretty much taken care of. Like Doug said, we're gonna bolt the flywheel right here to the crank, get the flywheel bolted on. Once we do that, and go ahead. Oh yeah, don't forget, but whenever we put the flywheel on, we need to keep these bolts in it.
Oh yeah.
This time.
Yeah, well, we do know there's a workaround now. So.
Yeah, yeah. Flywheel needs to go on. We've got our little pulse ring here. Pulse ring's in place. I'm gonna take our drive shaft and put the dude, I'm tripping. I'm telling you. I'm gonna take our flywheel and I'm gonna go clean it off real quick. Holy yeah. I'm gonna take our drive shaft, bro. This can empty. This can seems empty too. You just put the empty cans back up on the shelf.
No, I don't. Mine, any of them that I use, they go on my little cart.
It's people coming and using it, not wanting to replace it, so they don't want me to see it's gone, so they just use it all.
Probably.
And then put it back up there.
Very, very likely, sir. Hey, you want me to, you know, work on it a little bit?
Resurface our flywheel. So what we can do now that we cleaned it up, is take the flywheel itself, bolt it up to the crank. Oh, damn it, dude. I literally told you, don't let us forget about the bolts. And then I was gonna forget about the bolts again. What happens is, what we did last time is we bolted the crank, or the flywheel up to the crank like this, and then we couldn't get the bolts that go back through the flywheel.
We're special.
Doofuses.
We do this how many times, and there's always that one step that we forget somehow.
Yup. All right, guys, we've got the flywheel mounted to the back of the engine now. We've got all the bolts at least hand tight. Just need to go through, torque them all down. We're torquing them to 85 foot-pounds while Doug is holding the front up there. He's holding the crank. Get everything torqued down, and then we'll be ready to go to assemble the rest of the clutch. Wouldn't expect just a click to be so satisfying, but always, guys, please, whenever you're tightening flywheels, make sure you go in a star pattern or cross. Yeah, technically it's called a crisscross. That's how we do things around here. We make sure we torque everything, every single bolt down to spec, and then we double check the torque on every one of them. Let me grab all of our alignment blocks. So these alignment blocks, if you guys haven't seen us do a manic clutch install yet, I feel like this gets monotonous because we've done so many of these now on camera. Basically, these alignment discs or these alignment pucks are put in place to hold all the clutch discs in place. As you guys know, this is a triple disc clutch, so there are 3 different clutch discs, which means that there's 2 intermediate plates, the pressure plate side, and then there's also the side that goes up to the flywheel. We've got quite a bit going on, and to hold it all together and hold it all aligned, we need these little alignment pucks. So quick little rundown of that. Yeah. This is how many clutch alignment tools that we have from different clutch jobs that we've done. Each one of these are for a different car.
That's not it.
That's GT350.
Not it. It's not gonna be it.
G37.
23 spline.
Subaru.
This is not it.
This must be it. Maybe.
Not it.
This has got to be it, dude. This one's the most beat up, which leads me to believe that this is the one. Wait, this is the triple disc. We didn't. You remember we only had the 26 spline GM one, and we had to put tape around it a bunch. Yeah, it's from the Corvette. I just didn't know which actual tool. Anyways, now that we've got all that up, pretty much ready to take all of our discs, all of our plates, and the pressure plate on the back, slip it all in there, bolt it down, and it'll be good to go. There is our manufacturer. So basically what happened was the MT82 trans for these cars, the stock trans comes with a 23 spline input shaft on the trans. So all these clutches are 23 spline. Well, whenever we went to the triple disc clutch, I decided let's go ahead and put a BUILT trans in there. So we got the BUILT trans for it. The BUILT trans, unfortunately, is a 26 spline trans just because it's a stronger input shaft. It handles a lot more power. The 23 spline is pretty limited. Just going up 3 more splines, actually I believe it's like 55% stronger. It's pretty cool how that works. But we got our clutch respline for 26 spline on the triple disc, but the tool that we have, we only have a 26 spline for a 2500. Comments passing by. We only got a tool for a GM, so the input shaft is actually just a tad small, so we had to wrap it in a bunch of tape to make it work. So it works pretty well though.
All right, well, all these can go back on the miscellaneous shelf.
Where you have them?
Specialty tool.
Oh.
Specialty. There we go.
See, Doug done rearranged everything and got me all confused. Look at this. Lug nuts by size and thread pitch. Coolants, oil. All right, alignment tool.
Yeah, probably rotate it a little bit.
Now we gotta get these.
All right, I'm gonna help you guide all the blocks.
Spot.
Yeah, this is what sucks.
Do a little wiggle do. We'll get back there. Okay. All right, guys. That's when you put the transmission
Trans on, you call it done.
Yeah, it's done. Good enough.
Torque spec's done.
Yeah, this is how it clutches.
Jesus Christ.
It allows you to slip it
I wonder
easier
what
off
that
the
would
line.
even sound like.
Guys, Belleville washers, if you're curious, you see how it has a conical seat? What it does is whenever you push down on this center part, it actually creates it a lock. Something we used a lot in industrial work. Belleville, B-E-L.
Doug also was the spelling bee champ of 3rd grade.
This one's a little mushroomed.
Mushroomed?
Yeah, we can put a dabadoo of blue Loctite on these if you want, just to make sure.
It's up to you.
I think we should probably put a dabadoo because these washers have been crushed once. So make sure you don't wipe off our good luck now.
Yeah, I know.
Since we have so much of that.
We got so much to go around.
Yeah, so much good luck, guys. It's a joke in case you haven't watched the channel before.
For those of you that are new here, things typically suck ass. They break. No, not really.
Yeah,
this one should be good.
That's where I say job security.
Oh, great, yeah.
This one should be what?
So this one should be, hopefully good. This is probably one of the best setups that I've been most comfortable with. This one's still pretty much stock components, just built internals, so this one shouldn't be real difficult, honestly, at all.
Man's back there singing, it's gonna be all right.
I just want this dang car together. I don't care if it's 400 horsepower. I just want the damn thing running again.
We're gonna go
I miss it.
down. We're gonna go down on horsepower.
At this point, we're pretty much ready to go, stab the trans, get all of the bell housing bolts bolted up, and then pretty much finish wiring and drop the car down. No, I think we're good now.
I think we got it.
Damn triple disc.
Yeah, can you rotate the shaft a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's not gear though. This is always the most difficult part for some reason. Transmissions never, these in particular, have a lot of trouble getting stabbed.
Stick it through all them damn discs too.
That's probably honestly what it is, yeah. Trying to stick it through 3 different clutch discs, 2 intermediate discs, a pressure, yeah, everything's fine.
And they're, what, 26 spline, so it's real
Yeah, it's
fine.
real fine. There it goes, there it goes.
Let's get a bolt in there. That way it can't miss a line.
Be careful on that case. That sounds hollow as shit.
It sounds like it's gonna explode.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
keep on. We're gonna get all these bell housing bolts tightened down. Yeah, minus this one. We don't like this one. This one right here, guys, if you've got a Mustang, just leave it out. I probably shouldn't even say that on camera, but seriously, like, they're so difficult to get to in the car.
Jeff is gonna roast us, but honestly, if you ever have to do an emergency pull at the track for some reason and want to swap that and not pull the motor, this is your most hated enemy because it's right here.
Yeah, it's impossible.
And everything else, and even with swivels and stuff, it's damn near impossible. And you know what? I think 12 other bolts probably hasn't been good enough.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, so after we get that done, we're gonna grab our entire wire harness down there, and that's gonna be the most time-consuming part. But once we get the engine harness laid out onto the engine and everything, we'll be good to drop the car down. All right, we're slowly inching this thing down, and it's looking good, I think, so far. There's actually almost an engine in the car. Studs look to be in line, sliding right through.
All right, hold on right there.
We're having trouble getting this last little stud through the K-member, but everything else is going through real smooth, so. There we go. Got a jack under the K-member. Perfect. Holy crap. Give me. Trying to think. This makes like pretty much 8 months since this car has made a decent pass.
Definitely gonna drop some weight.
Oh yeah, that K-member is gonna shave a ton. Engine, trans, K-member, suspension, everything is bolted up in place now, so we pretty much at this point are just going to be focused on getting drive shaft exhaust, connecting everything back together, and that's pretty sweet. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how to really explain it. It's like this weird attachment that I have with that car particularly. I've got obviously a lot of cars, so I just don't get why it's that car, which, I mean, I guess I get it. It's the car I started everything really with. It's the car that really took off and started going far. It's the first car that I ever drag raced. I don't know, I've been really, like, every time that car isn't running, I've got like this whole feeling of being like lost. It's just, I don't know, that car really helps me a lot, so I'm happy to have that thing back together. Took a little bit longer than expected, but we got it in. Tomorrow we should be finishing up the engine install, which means we're just going to be doing wiring, fuel system hookup, things like that, just easy stuff. And if everything goes smoothly, I'll get a base mat put on the car tomorrow, probably tomorrow night, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, start it up. I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on this video if you have not already. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that little push notification bell, and I will see you guys next video.